Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to dive into a story that's close to home, literally and culturally. It's a well loved piece of the Philippine literature. It is entitled How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife. It is written by Manuel Arguilla. So I am your teacher for today, Ma'am Angeles S. Hokiton. And here are our objectives for today's lesson. So, by the end of the lesson, you're going to be able to analyze a literary text with attention to setting, character, and cultural context. The second one, develop written and oral expression through creative tasks based on the characters. And the third one is demonstrate an understanding of character perspective through performance and reflection. And before we read the story or before we tackle about the story, so let's set the mood. So I will show you a few pictures and please look closely. Okay, now let's take a look in these two pictures that I provided for you. So, which setting feels more familiar to you? So, please raise your right hand if you've lived in the province. Okay, thank you. How about in the city? Nice. Now let's reflect for a moment. What might happen if someone raised in the city and has to suddenly lived or moved in a small town or a province? Yes, province, like these kind of scenario or settings. So what do you think are the adjustments might they need to make? Yes, can I have Angel since you are living in the city? So, what do you think are your adjustments when you suddenly lived or moved in a small town or a province? Oh, same thing here in the picture. Mhm. Yes, that's very good answer. You're going to adjust, especially when commuting. Yes. So if you're living in the city, you can just directly take a grab or a taxi or a bus. But in the province, it's really hard to commute, especially if it's a mountainous area. So people they only have motorcycle on their own and you have to pay money. It's quite expensive if it's quite far from the town or the center. Yes, that's great. Can I have Malu this time? Okay, how about you, Malu? You are living in the province now, and then what might the adjustments that you might need to make if you're going to suddenly move in a city, just like here in this picture? Yes, that's good thing. Yes, same thing with the first answer. You're going to adjust. Yeah, you need to adjust, especially in how to commute. Yeah, yes, yes. Especially if you're going to take a bus ride or a jeepney ride, there's a code. So if you can't, yes, look at the correct code, so you might be lost. Yes, good job. Thank you. And this time, let's have the next one. Okay, now let's have this activity. Think, pair, share. So now think of this situation. You're bringing your partner home to meet your family for the first time. So what would you be nervous about? hmm So I will give you 2 minutes to talk about it with a partner beside you. So after your discussion, I will pick few volunteers to answer. Okay, time's up. Now, can I have Anne? Yes, can you give your answers or ideas about this situation? Mhm. Okay, that's a really good idea. Thank you so much. And now let's have a quick brainstorm. So, before we dive into the story, there are things that you come to your mind when you hear the words, or list two things that come to your mind when you hear the words love, tradition, and adjusting to a new place. Okay, yes, June, what's your idea? Okay, so for love, the things that come to your mind is when you hear the word love is sacrifice and commitment. Wow, that's good. Thank you. Okay, yes, great. Your answers are all great. So please keep these in mind because today's story explores all of those love, tradition, and adjusting to a new place. And now let's read a line from the story from the moment Maria meets Baldo up to the father's reaction. So I will be giving you handouts for this. So before that, please do remember my instructions. So the first one, while reading the story, please look for a sensory images of the rural setting. The second one is underline Maria's reactions and behaviors. And then make a side note. What does this show about her character? Okay, now I will be giving you the handouts and please read the line in three, two, one, start. Okay, so I have a question for you. What did you notice about the way Maria responded to the setting? Okay, very good. So she did not complain, she did not show surprise, she was quiet but not afraid. So she just smiled, very calm. Okay, thank you. And now let's have the next activity. Okay, now let's have small group discussion. So, in here, let's go deeper. So, in your groups of four, discuss the question of the board. So, you're going to appoint one person to summarize your group ideas. Yes, I will just give you 3 minutes to do this task. Okay, so the first question is, how is Maria characterized in the story? The second one, what challenges does Maria face upon meeting Leon's family? And the third one, how do Baldo and the father observe her? And what does it tell us about their expectations? And the last question is, what does this story say about Filipino rural values? So your timer starts now. Okay, done. So this time, can I have group one? Okay, good job. This time, group two. Nice idea. Three. Wow, you've learned so much about this story. That's great, class. And now let's do more activities about this lesson. So it's time to bring the story to life. So in partners or pairs, choose one of these scenarios to role play. So you're going to focus on expressing the emotions through your tone, and how would you, Maria, sound nervous, excited, or unsure? So, yes, you can just choose one. So, the first scenario is Maria and Leon discussing her nerves before meeting his father. The second one is Baldo telling Leon what the father said after Maria left. And the third scenario is Maria's first impression of the countryside on the cart ride. So, I will give you 5 minutes to prepare and also 5 minutes to perform here in front. Okay, time's up. Now let's start your presentation. Wow, congratulations everyone for a job well done. And now let's have the mini writing task, the inner monologue. So now imagine that you are Maria and you are riding the Carabao cart, or maybe you've just met Leon's father. So what are you thinking or feeling? So, yes. So it should be one paragraph, 8 to 10 sentences. Use the first person point of view and express emotions, thoughts, and reactions like nervousness, determination, and reflection. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of minutes to prepare for this task. Okay, time's up. Now please pass your papers. And now let's have your take home assignment. And you have two options for this, and just choose one. So the option A is you're going to make a character letter or a diary entry. So write a letter from Maria to her best friend back in the city. And you're going to describe her thoughts, emotions, and reflections about visiting Leon's home. It should be minimum of 250 words, including descriptions of the rural life, cultural adjustments, and emotion. And the option B is you're going to make an oral monologue recording. So perform a dramatic reading of the monologue, and then record is as an audio, a voice note, or you can have video with facial expressions. And it should be the duration of 1 to 2 minutes. Now, do you have any question about your assignment? Okay, none so far. And this time, these are the criteria for your scores. So just take a look for this. Okay, for tomorrow's activity, before we will open a new topic, we will have the reflection first based on our discussion today. So you're going to answer in a 3 to 5 sentences, and these are the questions. The first one is, what did this story teach you about love and family expectations? The second one is, would you be able to adjust the way Maria did? Why or why not? So I will be randomly picking names who are going to answer this reflection. Okay, so do you have any questions so far about today's discussion? Okay, thank you. And I guess that's all for this session. And I hope you learned something about this story, how my brother Leon brought home a wife. Okay, thank you so much and have a nice day. See you next time, class.